Welcome back to the garage, the place where we are making your Bronco, your dream Bronco. If this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe. I'm putting out how-to videos for the weekend mechanic and providing the Bronco entertainment for the Bronco community. Now today, what I'm working on is I'm installing a 23-gallon fuel tank in my Bronco. I know some of you are like, why are you installing a 23-gallon tank? Didn't you just install the stock tank? I did. And then I took a trip to Knoxville, the Super Celebration, and the 4-hour drive, I had to fill up for gas 3 times. And that's just ridiculous. Now, if you haven't seen the video where I pull out my stock tank because it was leaking and put this one back in, this is actually Tom's Off-Road, their stock tank. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to go check that video out. So usually what you want to do is try to vacuum out your tank, but there's no way I can get my any vacuum piece in there to be helpful. So I'm gonna just put some gas in there, slosh it around, and try to get any debris out of there, because you just want to make sure that nothing is in there that can get caught in your fuel filter or get sucked up by your fuel pump or anything like that. So I just wanted to check out in my fuel tank and kind of see how everything is looking inside. Make sure that there's nothing, no big debris areas. Looks like we got some flash rust on there, which isn't a big problem. So now that we've got our tank cleaned out, we're gonna get our fuel pump ready. Now the first thing that you have to do is measure the depth of the fuel tank to figure out how deep the fuel pump needs to go in there. And for our tank, it is right at 12 inches to the top. All right, so I'm gonna pop the little cap off the bottom of our fuel pump and get our fuel filter with the little fuel filter screen, and I'm just gonna put that at the bottom of the fuel pump. All right. So now we've got this. So our height on this guy, let's go with 5.5 inches. So this whole thing is 5.5 inches. This is 6.5 inches, but we need enough to fit over our edge here. So let's say instead of 6.5, let's go 7.5. So if we come down 7.5 inches from the top, then there is our mark to cut right there. All right, so now the next step is trimming the return line to hit before this flares out right here. I forgot to put on my pump sleeve. Trying to do a couple little test fittings just to see how it fits under here, but my exhaust keeps getting in the way. But luckily I have the James Duff build your own exhaust kit, So I'm just gonna take it off back here, and then once I get it in for real, then I'll kind of figure it all out. But still have to make a new pigtail. There's the old stock pigtail, and the kit comes with a new pigtail for it, and then making new AN fittings for the steel braided lines that I have for the EFI. How these screws are, they're just a little bit offset. Two of them are closer than the other three, and so I went ahead and marked on my gasket where the offset was, and then I also marked it on the top of the sending unit. And I'm gonna use some of this gasket dressing, fuel resistant. It's the Permatex 85420. As it is right now, this is a little bit thick for the hole, and so I'm definitely going to have to like squeeze this in there, and I didn't want to get a bunch of the gasket dressing on this as I'm putting it in there, so I'm gonna wait and put the gasket stuff on after I get this in the hole. To the hole. Lots of "that's what she said" jokes are applicable. The hole over here on the driver's side, you actually have to drill it out a little bit because the J-bolt won't actually fit into that hole, so you just gotta drill it out a little bit. All right, so I got the strap on and put some blocks under it with a jack stand and or with my jack, and just supported it up. I put these on the wrong way, so I'm just gonna fix this. The big washer should go on there first, and then the lock washer, and then the bolt. I did cut a hole in my floor just, you know, like to ensure that now I'm never going to need to get into this fuel pump. But I'm going to check, make sure that my sending unit isn't touching and grounding out on the top or on my body here. Make sure that all of my all the spots on the tank that should be touching the body are, and then tighten it all down. All right, I can't see under here to see if where the sending unit is touching. So I got my little endoscope thingamajig. It's upside down, but you can clearly see that we've got plenty of room and that it's not touching. Well, you can't clearly see it because I'm filming a screen. And it looks like where I should be touching, all the other spots all look pretty good. All right, so I know it's not the coolest thing to cut a hole in your floor and forever have like a patch panel, but knowing how everything was coming up, I really just thought, man, it would be so much easier if I did cut the hole and just had access to everything. Now I haven't figured out how I'm gonna seal the hole back up, or like not even seal it, but just close it back up. But if you don't want to cut a hole in your floor, then, you know, go ahead and like put your fuel hoses on and make a point, you know, under the body that you can get to where you can connect the hoses from the back to the front and all that good stuff. I put in an elbow fitting here because of this angle, because that is the front of the Bronco. And then I put in quick connect cables so that I could easily connect them and be done. So let's back up here. I put this on my original fuel pump that I showed you how to make, and what happened? Well, it was leaking, and it continued to leak, and I couldn't find. I just kept tightening my AN fittings here, trying to solve the leak. Now, why, you say, did I not show this on camera? Well, because I was embarrassed, and I thought, hey, you know what? I might have made a mistake, so let's buy, you know, fuel pump hat number 2. So I got this one, and what happened? Well, this guy started leaking, and I couldn't tighten these enough to get it to stop leaking. And I tightened them so much that I stripped the AN fittings to the point now where I can't get the AN fittings out of there. And you can see what I did to this hat, trying to get said AN fittings out. I mean, so honesty is number 1. This is my 3rd hat. So here is the moral of the story. This is Permatex Form-A-Gasket Aviation. So I talked to the guys at Hella Bad Broncos. They put in, obviously, the 23-gallon tank all the time, and I was talking to RJ over there, and he recommended this stuff. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna show this. I've shown this video is long enough. I'm just going to talk about it for a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on my AN fittings and then put them in my new fuel pump hat here and drop it in. You're not going to see any of it because this video is done. We're done with this video. But here's the thing. If this works, this video really is going to be done. I'm going to post a link to this in the description below so you can get some. But yeah, that's the moral of the story there, is learn from my mistakes, as always. That's why I do this, is so that you guys can learn and don't have to buy 3 fuel pumps for your 23-gallon tank.